deal with how do I bargain? How do I get what I need to get from God? It's terms and conditions. It's the morning manna, the text, the talk, the takeaway. Here is the text. The text is Genesis 28, 20 through 22. Genesis 28, 20 through 22. It says, Then Jacob made a vow, saying, if God, notice the condition, if, whenever you see if, it's a condition, if God will be with me and will watch over me on this journey, get that word, journey, he's on a journey, I am taking, and will give me food to eat and clothes to wear, then the Lord will be my God. Now he goes on to say further, let me read further to you. He says, so that I can return safely to my father's house, then the Lord will be my God, and this stone that I have set up as a pillar will be God's house, Bethel, God's house, and of all that you give me, I will give you a tenth. Here is Jacob. You already know Jacob. He's the swindler. He's the supplanter. He's the guy that worked with his mom to get from Esau, from Isaac, what? He got his brothers, his twin brothers, birthright, and he gets the blessing. Now he's on a journey because Esau is out to get it. There's been an arrangement. He's going to Laban, which is his mother's brother, his uncle. He's going there to live. He's on this journey. And on the journey, he decides, I think I need God on my side. How many of you ever said, you know what? I need God on my side for the journey that I'm on, for the life destiny that I'm on. So he says, let me bargain with God. Let me try to negotiate with God my terms and conditions. You ever done that? Have you ever done that? Come on, let me see. Have you ever said, you know what? Let me work out some things with you, God, because I want to get to a place where I'm successful in what I'm trying to do. And I got to figure out how this is going to work. Well, it comes down to knowing the basics of negotiating. There's three things that I need you to get so that you might be able to have good terms and conditions when you're bargaining with God, trying to get to where you're trying to get to. Negotiation is, first of all, you have to be in a position of strength. You have to be in a position of strength. You must be able to leverage. Strength means I can leverage in the negotiation. If you go into the negotiation from a position of weakness, you're never going to get what you want out of the person that you're negotiating with. The second thing is this. You have to be in a position of possessions, a position of possessions. In other words, if you're going to negotiate with someone, you got to have something they want. If you're the only one wanting at the table, you're going to leave the table hungry. That means that I have to have a position of strength. I have to be in a position of possession. I got to have something the counterpart wants from me so that we can have an exchange of things, so that we might have an exchange of things. Now notice this. Here is Jacob again, the supplanter, the trickster, the guy that steals not only the birthright, but the blessing from his father out from beneath Esau, his twin brother. The third thing is this. You got to have a position of power. You got to be in a position of power. When you are powerful at the negotiation table, you're more likely to leave with what you want. Look at it all the time. I'm a big sports fan and love NFL, love the NBA, love all of those things. And when they come up and negotiating the terms and conditions of their player's contract, generally, it is the owners that are in a position of strength, possession, and power. Now, the players more often than not says, we do bring something to the table ourselves. So we are saying we possess our gifts and talents, and we're not just going to give them away. What does this mean with respect to you and I when it comes down to us bargaining with God? Here's the takeaway. I want you to get it. You can't bargain with God for a successful journey in life. You have to trust God for your journey. Jacob is not in a position of strength. He's not stronger than God. Though he wrestles with God, God lets him beat him. This is 3 chapters later. Jacob is not in a position of possession. What you gonna bring to God but yourself? He created you. He already owns you. He bought you with a price. He's not in a position of power. He's not more powerful than God, and neither are you and me. We're not stronger than God. We're not more powerful than God. We don't have anything to leverage. The only thing you can do is say, God, guess what? I'm going to trust you. Now, Jacob says, I'm going to throw 10% at you. I'm going to take a dime out of everything I have. If you just pull it off, God, do this for me, God, then I'm going to tithe for you. And that's what many of us do so often. I'm going to break you off a piece. And therefore, God, you ought to do this, that, and the other for me. And God is looking at you like, are you kidding me? What you need to come with God is simply, God, I'm going to trust you. And because I trust you, you're going to bring me, come on, Jeremiah 29:11, to an expected end. You're not going to harm me, but prosper me and bring me to an expected end. So when you're bargaining with God, when you're trying to negotiate with God, just remember Jacob's story. Remember that. And I believe if you just simply trust him, you're going to come out on top. Hey, I got a word for you on this Sunday. Please join me at 9:30 Central Standard Time on New Life Tube 1 and or right here on Facebook Live. I got a word. We're dealing with the virtual Christmas, the position of the angels. The position of the angels. Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. Do me one favor. Help us get the word out. Share the manna with 2 other people, not 1. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Sunday morning. God bless you. Bye now.